Provided by me contains my own speculative opinion on the market. As such, this content should not be used to make trading or investment decisions. The market is extremely volatile, and the decisions you make should be based on your own due diligence. If you should make a trade or investment decision based off the speculative content that we provide, this disclaimer legally relinquishes me from any and all responsibility. Past market performance is not indicative of future market results. Trading in any market is extremely risky, and you should conduct your own research and analysis prior to making trading or investment decisions. Well, hello. Nice of you to join. Welcome back to another edition of the Daily Live Stream. Back at it again. Welcome to Black Fire. If you are new here, thank you for being here. I hope you have a good time. If you are not new here, you know the deal. It is time for some realistic market analysis. We have, I think, one request today, and I'm going to fulfill that request to the best of my ability and knock out all of my daily analyses or something like that. We have 16 new members, 16 new subscribers that have subscribed to the YouTube channel today, albeit I spammed pretty much everybody in the Blackfire Facebook community. I do apologize for that, but again, I'm a little on edge about getting some more traffic, if that makes any sense, through the Blackfire community here. So I am on a mission to get some visibility, if that makes any sense. I understand right now, the members that we have may or may not be participating in technical analysis, day trading, basically just hitting that subscribe button for the support of the channel. I do appreciate it. The support is vastly appreciated and vastly needed. But hopefully the visibility increases a little bit so that we can get some more like-minded viewers to maybe hop on and join the Blackfire analysis community. So again, thank you so much, you guys, for hitting that sub button. A little bit of sigh of relief today, as we saw a little bit of an uptick in the subscriber amount. So again, vastly appreciate it, you guys. With that said, we're gonna hop right into the market analysis. And what should we start out with? Probably NASDAQ. We're gonna go ahead and go. Currently looking at NASDAQ, obviously seeing a little bit of downside pressure here. Price action moving again towards that 21 exponential, but still maintaining price above the 21 exponential. We do see the slope starting to taper off here and starting to go a little bit more flatlined. Definitely indicative of that downside pressure for NASDAQ right now. And, I'm still targeting the 21 overall, but right now I'm just in caution mode, right? Given the strategy that I am using, I am waiting for either a support confirmation off of this 21 here, or an open and closure below it to confirm that we have an actual breakdown in play here for NASDAQ. Looking at stochastics here, obviously a pretty nasty read, pretty gnarly read, printing in a low. A new low here, definitely showing strength and momentum to the downside from the bearish perspective here. Same thing with stochastics. We do see a break back through the top of the critical zone into the bullish control zone here. Again, very indicative of gaining momentum as far as the bearish perspective is concerned. So I do believe, again, in my opinion, that we are to see price action continue onwards to the downside near the 21 exponential. Maybe even see a stab at this region here as potential support. But again, if I see an open and closure below that 21 exponential, I'm going to be gearing myself up for some short positions here. As the next target, if this region breaks here, would be this prior low all the way down somewhere around 14,600 would be my next target to the downside. Right now, I'm not looking for any downside. I actually do believe we have some pretty clean signals here telling us, hey, maybe it's time to approach NASDAQ with a different perspective. Again, nothing long-term right now. We don't have a nasty, downside signal. I keep seeing guys on Facebook saying, why did the market crash? This is not a fucking crash, for God's sakes. This is just a pullback. It's not a crash until you see evidence of a crash. 0.12% to the downside today, maybe even less than 1% yesterday. This is not a market crash. Obviously, still very, very bullish. Long term, in my opinion. Seeing a potential pullback could potentially set up for a nice higher low position here. Again, I would be looking at this as a buy region until proven otherwise. But there are some laggards, again, with the RSI breaking the bottom side of the bullish control zone and stochastics breaking through the critical threshold here back into the bullish control zone as well. Still very high up in the in the bullish perspective, in the bullish field. But again, this is definitely telling me, hey, be on the lookout for a break of a critical zone. And again, that 21 exponential here being that critical zone that I'm paying attention to so much lately is the main point here that I'm going to be looking for. It smells wonderful in here. I need some water real quick. Give me 1 second. I do apologize for the lateness of the stream tonight. My chores actually went a little longer than I expected. Oh yeah, fired up, baby. So again, if I do get a higher low structure here, I have no reason to think that this wouldn't try another attempt for another all-time high. But I want to see momentum indicators, flipping. Again, the RSI is very telling here. Obviously, lower highs along the way, playing out two drives of bearish divergence, and that exponential is very negative, gaining a lot of momentum to the downside. So it'll be interesting to see how price action reacts off that 21 exponential. But that at the end of the day, that 21 exponential here is going to be my main point for decisions here. If we can confirm a low, I'll look for new all-time highs. But if we see an open and closure below it, I'll look for a stab all the way down to this prior low here, 14,006. That's kind of where I'm going to leave NASDAQ for right now. Let's check out SPY futures. What's going on here? Wow. New all-time highs. Definitely trading a lot better than NASDAQ is right now. Continuing onwards and upwards with that new all-time high. Now, what I'm going to be looking for here is price action to either back test and touch this with a closure above to confirm it as new tentative support, or just plain continuation onwards and upwards above it. If we do get confirmation, a confirmation candlestick above the 44.30 spot 50 region, I will be looking for extensions all the way up to the 1 spot 272, somewhere around 45.30. Give or take a few bucks here, ebbing and flowing. Obviously, I wouldn't be looking for, a straight shot, a moonshot to that point, but I would be looking for, obvious higher low, higher high structure along the way up until that target, and that's pretty much what I'm looking for right now. Stochastics very powerful, very 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 powerful. Actually, looking like it wants to start leading towards new highs here. This is still confirmed. I'm actually shocked that this confirmed here, but deep in the bullish critical zone, no negative pressure in my opinion. Stochastics is very very telling of the momentum here. Obviously not straight up. Obviously a little bit like a little bit diagonal upside movement here, but again, still very powerful. Still maintained with the bullish mindset in mind here. RSI. Curling back up here, using the exponential support here, and then just kind of like staying a little stagnant here at the lower end of the bullish control zone. But again, the bullish control zone we are still within, and this long-term structure is still very very valid for both the stochastics and the RSI momentum oscillators here. So I have no reason to think that this price action is gonna go for a major correction again, unless I see an open and closure below that 21 exponential. Obviously, first warning shots would be this region here not holding a support. I would look for a back test of the 44.16 region here, and maybe even a little bit lower to test the 21 exponential. We haven't printed a higher low since this region here. Not too far off. Obviously, we could see price continuation for a little while longer before a little bit of a reset. But this is this is the last low here. We're what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, going on 8 days continuous here without so much as a little bit of a pullback here. So very 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 powerful shit indeed here on SPY futures. And this is the condition that I was looking for basically that confirmation that we're going to see a little bit more of a melt up on this asset here. And again, I'll be more confident on this continuing to melt up if we can confirm another candle closure above this to confirm it as new tentative support. So unless we get some kind of black swan crash event, I'm looking upside for NASDAQ, or excuse me, SPY futures here. Moving on to Dow Jones Continuation. We got that candle closure to confirm this region. I'm going to be looking for the 1 spot 272 at 36,200 as the next potential target for this asset here. Again, consolidating on the 21 exponential here on this support region, and then boom, break above. Stochastics very powerful as well. Give me that coil action. Give me that coil action. I love seeing stochastics coil in the critical zone here. Very indicative of absolute bullish control here. RSI creeping its way back up, printing new highs, breaking above that 50 read here. I take this as a major buy signal, and the fact that we got confirmation, trading Dow Jones here, I would take that as a buy signal. I would actually put in a position in this region. And look for continuation of the one spot 272. So very powerful stuff indeed. And again, same thing as SPY futures here. Unless we get some kind of black swan, crash to the downside, even a pullback to the 21, you kind of have to plan for, right? You have to plan for a pullback at any point. We are achieving new all-time highs. And the fact that we're achieving new all-time highs, I'm always going to be looking for a little bit of a pullback action, some sell-off action as a result. And unless we take this region out here, this new breakout point here, I'm not going to be concerned at all whatsoever. But if we do see a break of that region, I would obviously look for a pullback to the 21 exponential first and foremost, and an open and closure below that 21 exponential, and I would target this region here first, 34,805, and then this region, if that one breaks at 34,450. So very powerful stuff indeed here on Dow Jones Industrial Average. I'm curious as to what Dixie's doing today. Let's take a look. Bearish divergence on the top. Confirming this region as support. Nah, I would wait for this candle to close before I'm confident on that disposition here. But again, I did say, we got a new high on this asset. A pullback to the 21 exponential would not be out of the question, in my opinion. And again, unless we see open and closure below the 21, I'm not going to be concerned. But achieving a new high on price action here is indicative of potential pullbacks as a result. And we got that pullback exactly right. So what to expect, or what to plan for, excuse me, potentially a higher low within this region here off this support, or continuation to the 21 exponential to potentially see a higher low structure here. And again, unless we see open and closure below the 21 exponential here, I'm not going to be looking for any kind of major pullbacks to the downside. But as of right now, since we got this higher high, we're in an uptrend structure here. The trend is your friend until the end. And if I get a higher low structure here, I'm going to be very confident that a stab to the prior high in this structure here is very likely. Oh, we got a comment. Hi, what coins do you hold, and can you do Bitcoin? Golden Owen says, what coins do I hold, and he wants me to do Bitcoin. I want to get through the traditional stocks here first, and then Bitcoin will definitely be the main course of this meal here. As far as coins that I hold in my cryptocurrency wallet, speaking of which, if you don't have one of these, get you one. Nano Ledger X, fantastic wallet. I'm currently holding Ravencoin on this. I'm holding some Dogecoin. I'm holding some Ethereum. I'm holding a little bit of Bitcoin. I mainly trade Bitcoin, so most of my Bitcoin is in my Femex account. What else? I think that's it. I think I have some 80. I have some Cardano on here as well. And I think that's it, 4 or 5 coins, more or less, just, buy a couple of them here or there. Never really pay attention to price action. I'm just holding it for, for the long haul, right? I'm not really focused on, whether the price comes up or price comes down. I take precedence in, purchasing a little bit of those coins, any chance that I can, and just storing them on my wallet for maybe 5 years, 6 years, 7 years in the future. But as far as Bitcoin is concerned, I hold a very little bit on my cryptocurrency wallet, but the vast majority of it is in my Femex account because my Femex account is technically a crypto wallet in and of itself. So when I make trades in contract, I'm not earning US dollar when I trade Bitcoin in contract. I'm actually trading to earn more Bitcoin, rather than just US dollar. Obviously, the cryptocurrency has US dollar value, but my main focus is trading to earn contract Bitcoin through Femex. So I hope that answers your question. But again, we're going to hit Bitcoin here after I hit a couple of these traditional stocks. I think I want to cover the RSI here. What is RSI telling us? Bearish divergence. See, that's a little bit of sign of concern. Another lower high with bearish divergence while price action is achieving higher highs. Again, a little bit of a pullback to that 21 exponential, would not be out of the question. Momentum not weighing at all whatsoever on stochastics, however. So this is actually giving me confidence that, a potential higher low is the next thing on the menu here for the US dollar index here. And again, as far as the long term is concerned, I've said it so many times, until we take out this prior swing high here, I'm not going to be looking for a major long-term bullish uptrend. Right now, it's just a medium-term uptrend, and until we see confirmation above 93.26, I'm not going to be convinced of any kind of extreme momentum bullish long-term multi-month, maybe multi-year uptrend to the upside. Again, when in doubt, pull out. And at the end of the day, this is just a huge consolidation range right now. And until we take out this last swing high, I'm not going to be targeting any of these resistances up here. But for now, pull back to the 21 is kind of what I'm looking for, unless we see an open and closure below. And if we see a higher low on the 21 here, I'll be very confident that this one is actually gearing up for a little bit of a reset to see another attempt at that prior high here. So that's going to be it for Dixie. Let's check out the Hall of Fame. Same disposition, still consolidating, in my opinion. Obviously, stochastics, continuing onwards and upwards. I don't see bullish price action. Our last low is right here, and we actually do technically have a higher high. This is technically an uptrend, yes, but I will not be confident again until we see an open and closure above this resistance here, which is almost perfectly aligned with that 21 exponential. And if we do see that condition met, I'll be looking for a secondary open and closure above the 21 before I'm convinced of boom, back to the upside for the Hall of Fame. And again, Hall of Fame, not too historically relevant as far as price action is concerned. It is a very, very fresh and young stock. So, even when I do an analysis on this, am I confident on it? Right, because technical analysis is the theory that you're using past price action history as relevance for future, reference points on price action. And the more history an asset has, the more confident I can be in conducting analysis and being confident in taking trades. But again, as far as this one's concerned, I'm just buying it. I'm just buying as much of it as I can. Anytime this thing dips to the downside, major crash to the downside, I'm taking the opportunity to buy. However, 21 exponential strategy here does prove very, very, very valid. We have a perfect example here. 21 exponential break here, secondary candle closure above, boom. Nice big old rocket ship to the upside, and then you get this one. Candlestick close, secondary close, boom. Nice trade to the downside. Obviously, this region here proving to be an area where it doesn't work, but this region here, I'm still looking down. Again, I have to go with the disposition of the 21 exponential strategy just because, deviating away from my trading rules ends up getting me in a bad position to begin with. So as far as my trading rules is concerned, yes, I am looking for a target, price action move to potentially test the 21 exponential here. But this is just a series of extreme lower highs and lower lows. We got a nice low here, and then your high here. This is another lower high in conjunction with this high, another lower low in conjunction with this low here. So downtrend continuation is the best disposition I can think of for this one, just because we remain below that 21 exponential here, and stochastics really not saying, hey, guess what, it's time to buy, right? This is actually just choppy action in my opinion. Nothing too strong in my opinion as far as momentum to the upside. Now, we see stochastics continue up with a secondary closure above the 21. Then I'll be convinced of momentum. But I want to see RSI reacting in the same way. I want to see this choppy action, discontinue, and I want to see it start to really rise to the upside. So. Again, overall, as long as we're below the 21 exponential, I'm generally going to be targeting moves to $2.50, maybe $2.60. And with price action holding this region as support here, I'm going to be targeting, $3.10 as potential price action upside movement. However, if we don't close above that 21, I'm not going to be convinced at all. So that's where I'm going to leave the Hall of Fame. I think I have two more stocks before we get to Bitcoin. MMAT, if I can find it. All right, boom, there we go. So, yeah, same thing as the Hall of Fame here. Yeah, we do have upside momentum here. Stochastics a little more telling off of this low here. This could very well be the low that we've been looking for here. Again, if you do zoom out, we do have a higher low structure with this point here and this point here. So we're looking at macro lows here. Not all the lows that are intermittent, the inconsequential lows, but we're looking at this low here and this low here, and this low is higher, holding that region as support. I am going to be looking for a move up to that 21 exponential for a potential test. We do see the 21 exponential is starting to taper off on that downside momentum just a little bit. Stochastics really booming to the upside with again, inconsequential price action. I want to see price action, move in the same way stochastics moves to be convinced that we have actual momentum here. But via my trading rules, again, I'm still looking for that 21 exponential here with an open and closure above it. I will be convinced of a buy signal, and I would take that trade, mitigating my risk alongside the 21 exponential here again. But consolidation is what this is until the range is broken. The top side resistance being $3.77 and the bottom side support being $3.17. If we see a break to the upside, I'll have a little more confidence that, hey, maybe we are looking for a potential up run here above this 21 exponential. And quite the opposite, if we see a breakdown below 317, I'm going to be very convinced that this one is likely to print new lows, even below this one. And the floodgates shall be opened, and you shall be repented to hit the red button, and you will be punished if you hit the green button. Let's go ahead and check out AMC, the meme stock of the year, still remaining below the 21 exponential, and seeing a confirmation candle closure below this to confirm it as new tentative resistance. What does that mean? Whew. This price action is playing on dangerous, dangerous waters. All right, condition number one, rejection of the 21 exponential. There's some confidence for more downside. Condition number two, rejection of the negatively sloped exponential, printing in another top signal. Boom, lower high structure, downtrend structure on the RSI. This is a lower high. Downtrend confirmation. We got 2 more points. Stochastics still looking weak. Yeah, technically we could see a higher low here, but I don't think stochastics is the one really taking the beef on this one for me today. RSI is definitely indicative of price action, and candlestick closures in that 21 definitely telling me, hey, you know what? Meme stock looking like it wants to collapse here, and if we see a candle closure below this region, I'm going to be very, very convinced that price action is likely to swing all the way back down to this region here at $14.85, give or take a few bucks. Now, would that be long-term bearish? No, not at all. Not in my opinion. We could actually see, a structural higher low within this region, and then just a nice rip to the upside. A little bit of hindsight trading, to be quite honest with you. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. I need some water. Oh, yeah! Gotta love the juice! All right. But as far as AMC is concerned, yeah, this could definitely potentially be a target here. Again, unless we take that 21 out. The 21 exponential moving average strategy, I'm telling you guys, it is so fucking powerful. It is so powerful, and I feel stupid as shit for not just using this strategy earlier on in my trading career. But now that I'm using it, I'm seeing a lot of different nuanced perspectives as far as price action is concerned on a lot of different charts. Again, in line with this RSI just being a nasty downtrend, price action being this nasty downtrend. And man, even a freaking tick below tomorrow, I'm going to be convinced that we likely see price action just completely collapse on this one. I could be wrong, I'm probably am wrong, but with the evidence that I'm being given here, the pressure is to the downside. All these people saying, just hodl, without realizing it doesn't really matter, right? Price action is going to do what price action is going to do. That's why I follow the technicals, and that's why I don't follow the what people are hyping up, because at the end of the day, all these people hodling. It's a very good possibility that those hodlers are going to see a massive decrease in their overall capital of investment here if price action decides to curl to the downside. We do have a reversal style candlestick though, however, and if we do see a low here, technically it would be a higher low than this region here, barely. But technically, right? So that would be indicative of a little bit of an uptrend here. Again, I want to see more. I want to see more strength in this, though. I want to see actual confirmation, and that's why I look at that 21 so closely here. If we are to see any kind of reversal with AMC here, the 21 is the one I'm looking at. I want to see a spike above it, closure, and then a secondary open and closure before I'm convinced of any bullish momentum on this one. For now, the bears have control, I do believe, and I think the bears are not quite out of steam for this one yet, and that's where I'm going to leave AMC. It is time. It's time for some Bitcoin. I'm going to do some short-term, medium-term, and maybe even a little bit of long-term on this one. So let's go ahead and take a dive in. Okay, so again, the 21 is my main strategy here. I'm not going to be looking to close my positions at all until I get an open and closure below that region. We're still above it, so I'm convinced of the bullish momentum. However, we are seeing some downside pressure. We are seeing some resistance along the $46,600 region here. Obviously, putting in not necessarily a top yet, but a little bit of a cool-off period after this nice run up here. Maybe we see a little bit of consolidation, maybe a little bit of a range. I think that's what we actually do have on the 4-hour. Yeah, we do have consolidation on the 4-hour, putting a lot of pressure on that 21 exponential here. Very, very, very cookie cutter shit here, right? If you're looking for scalp trades in the 4-hour, this was probably a really good opportunity to do that as price action, seemingly cooling off a little bit, looking for a little bit of bullish reset, playing out some bearish divergence on the 4-hour, and breaking structure, breaking that bullish control zone structure, actually using it as resistance one time already. Nothing too concerning unless we see a major decline. But a pullback all the way to that 21 exponential here on the daily would still be, in my opinion, bullish, right? We could actually see a higher low structure being formed on that 21 exponential, which is why I actually have laddered my own positions to the downside. Now I'm already in on this position. Oh, that is the wrong color. What is going on? Give me 1 second. This needs to be yellow, and it needs to be a thick boy. There we go. So I did ladder my position in here. I'm actually still in on this one along this support region here at 44,700. I have another position laddered ready to trigger along this support level here around 42,200, and I have another one positioned here along the L21 somewhere around 40,600. So if price action does continue to fall, which in my opinion wouldn't necessarily be a bearish thing, it'd actually be indicative of a little bit of a bullish reset. I'm going to be entering in these two positions along the way. So I am very excited for that, and those are possibilities for price action at the current moment in time to see this support region here break and a pullback to this support region here. Not here. Yeah, here, this diagonal, and maybe even a little bit further to this region here at the yellow 21 exponential. So a little bit of a cool off, a little bit of consolidation on the shorter term time frames. I'm still bullish on this. I'm still looking for a push to 49,000. I was actually convinced on this price action here that 49,000 would get a little bit of a push first before a cool off, but maybe I'm wrong here. Seeing a little bit of a cool off right now. Not dangerous price action. This is not dangerous price action at all whatsoever. Now a little bit of a flash crash with a closure below the 21. I would be convinced that this run is over. But given the momentum here, still in the bullish control zone here, bullish critical zone from a stochastics perspective, it's still in the bullish control zone from an RSI perspective. We could easily see a little bit of a bounce and continuation onwards and upwards. If we do break this support line here, I'm going to be targeting this diagonal first. As this diagonal has a lot of touch points, right? A lot of touch points, was confirmed as previous resistance here, has now flipped into new tentative support, and that has been confirmed. So I would be looking for another little bit of a back test on that diagonal first and foremost. And at the at the worst case scenario, I'd look for this region here, this diagonal, or excuse me, horizontal support at 42,300. And realistically, I would look for a bounce off that region in a higher low structure. I am on higher low alert as of right now for Bitcoin because I'm a little bit bullish on Bitcoin. We've broken this major range here to the upside, and unless I see price action confirm entry back into the range, I'm going to remain bullish with targets up to 49,000, maybe even the lower $50,000 regions here. Maybe this little box territory here are valid targets, but we do have market reversal. This is reversal. And the trend is your friend until the end of the trend, ladies and gentlemen. And the end of the trend, to be realistic, would be a new low below this region here at 38,125. That would be confirmation of a new low on Bitcoin. And at that point, I would be convinced that the run is over, and more or less likely that the bear trend continues to the downside. But I don't think that's likely, to be honest. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice, but me personally, I do not think that is likely. I actually think a higher low structure, maybe an attempt for price action right now. And then after that higher low structure, we see continuation onwards and upwards to that $49,000 target that I've been paying attention to. Obviously, with a confirmation above 46,575. I would be very confident of a move all the way up to 49,000. And actually right here is another one of my take profit zones. I've already taken profit on this zone right here. I have no need to do that again. So I have my next take profit right here at 49,000. And again, let's look at RSI. Ooh, I always do that. I always just forget to put my cursor back on and start leaving little dots everywhere. Let's take a little bit of an in-depth look on the RSI here. Again, putting in a higher low structure, the exponential is very, very, very positive. Has already been tested and confirmed to support one time. Again, with any kind of decline in price action, I will look for RSI to bounce off that positively sloped exponential for potential support again. And again, this is why my take is a potential higher low within the structure here. Stochastics with a real soft cross to the downside after printing a new high, barely, but new high is confirmed. So we don't have any bearish divergence to speak of as far as the daily time frame is concerned. So again, maybe a little bit of a pullback, maybe even seeing some of that coiling action, just like SPY futures would be very, 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 very juicy in my opinion. But I want to give it a little bit more time. I'm still in position. I'm still holding strong on this position, and my stop loss being 2% below the 21 exponential. As the 21 exponential gains momentum and moves to the upside, I adjust my stop loss daily. Every time a candlestick closure occurs at 8 p.m. Eastern, I adjust it every time. Very, very easy to use this as a risk management point. I actually have to zoom in because I guess my mouse skills on this chart sucks, because I want to be as pinpoint accurate as possible, and this is basically how I do it. I look for 2%. Exactly 2%, and that's where my stop loss for this position is right now. And I do believe my stop loss, I think it's in the profit. I think at this point I am in the profit as far as my stop loss is concerned. So as far as this position is concerned, even if it decides to flash crash, swan dives below that 21 exponential, I'm still going to get out with profit. And that's one of the key critical importances of risk and position management is, manage your position every day so that, if your trade is working for you, your stop loss can get a little bit closer and a little bit closer to being in the profit. And then when it is in the profit, your stress level just decreases, because no matter what happens with price action, at the very least you're going to get out with a green profit. So that's kind of how I'm looking at Bitcoin, everybody. I'm still very, very, very excited. I think momentum oscillators look really great. I think price action looks really great, and I'm going to be looking for that higher low structure here on Bitcoin for now, and that's until proven otherwise. So I think we have one request to talk about today, and that will do it for the stream. Let's go ahead and look out Timber, TMBR. I was asked for shorter term time frames, so I guess I'll do hourly. I'll do hourly, and then I'll do 4 hour. So let's go ahead and take a look at the hourly here. Hourly bullish divergence. Oh man, see, this is choppy. This is choppy. Gaps everywhere. This is why I don't like looking at penny stocks, on the shorter term time frames, because there's so many gaps on the hourly. But this one is above this region here, confirming as new tentative support. I would look for a back test or a secondary candle closure on the hourly above $1.03 to confirm it as new tentative support before targeting an upside move potentially to this region here, a $1.09 on the hourly. And I guess that would be like a 5% move, which I guess on a penny stock is pretty good. But we do have a little bit of an hourly uptrend in formation here, playing off a little bit of bullish divergence. We do see an uptrend on the hourly for the RSI perspective. Nice little bullish divergence call off the 50 read here. That is a critical signal. Again, if you're trading shorter term time frames, a confirmation closure above this 50 read would have been a really good signal to take. Seeing RSI forcing the exponential back to a positive slope definitely tells me that continuation to this target is likely. But again, that's not without a potential pullback to this region here at $1.03 to test it as new tentative support. But again, this is the hourly. This is real choppy. A lot of gap action here, and I'm not too thorough on gap analysis. 4 hour. Ooh, 4 hour looks a little bit more juicy here from an RSI perspective. Uptrend in continuation here with that fresh break above the 50 read, confirming a new higher low on this structure. I am going to be looking for this target here at $1.09, maybe even a little bit further here. Stochastics trading a little counter trend. Definitely a sign for concern on the 4 hour, rejecting the bottom side of the bullish control zone with a fresh cross the exponential to the downside. So there is a little bit of downside pressure in my opinion, and a little bit of a break below this $1.03 region would not be good in my opinion. That would actually confirm a lower high on price action here, and likely on the RSI as well. And I would be looking for targets back down to the $1.01 region, maybe even a little further to $1 even. That's kind of how I'm looking at this short term. I do have interest in what this is on a medium term, the daily here. Open above, close. Okay, so on this one, from a daily perspective, I'm going to be looking for a secondary confirmation closure above that 21 exponential, and that will give me confidence of price action movement to that $1.09 region. It seems like shorter term time frames are lining up significantly well with the higher term time frames. Again, it is a penny stock, so am I confident on penny stock? Nah. I'm not confident in anything like this. We do have, a technical uptrend structure, but this structure here has been bearish for quite some time, looking very, very nasty. I would actually be, I would actually remain slightly bullish on this asset as long as we remain above the 94-cent region low. Looking not half bad. This is why I'm bearish on this right now. I want to see price action break the RSI back above that 50 read, that critical 50 read. Lots of bearish divergence tops calls here, and continuing to play out some more bearish divergence. Obviously, this call playing out as bearish divergence the other day here with a spike below that 21 exponential. More or less potentially consolidation here with this one on the daily, unless I get another daily candle closure above the 21. At which point I would extend my targets to this region here, and then my my more aggressive targets to $1.13, and that's kind of where I'm going to leave that one, everybody. Unless I get another request in the next maybe 10 seconds, I think that's where I'm going to wrap up the stream. Ooh. Oh, without making some announcements. So, Monday's going to be pretty interesting. Me and my lady are going to go to the store on Friday. We're going to go pick up some supplies, and I'm going to change this room up a little bit. I'm going to make it a little bit more colorful, hopefully for everybody's viewing pleasure. I'm going to make some dope shit here on this back wall and on this chalkboard wall here, for the YouTube channel. Get a little bit of, visual happiness going. I am a visual creature, and, when I see YouTube channels and I see colors and cool backgrounds and, cool setups and stuff like that, I'm more intrigued than, just a basic normal setup. So I'm going to add some flair. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is just yet. Oh, wait, there is one thing I forgot to tell you. Oh, the trend on Bitcoin is obvious, guys. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Didn't you know how obvious the trend is? What the fuck happened to my guy? It didn't look like this earlier. Maybe it's because I'm on the log here. Yeah, there we go. There's my dyno. So I saw a post in the Facebook group chat, the study chat today, and my buddy Corey sent me a picture. I definitely stole this. I copied it. I drew my own dinosaur, but I thought it was hilarious, and I thought I would show this to you guys. I almost forgot to show this to you guys, but the trend is obvious. It's a dinosaur. Rawr. Rawr. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up, everybody. Enjoy the dino. I copied it. I definitely copied it. Credit to whoever decided to make a dinosaur out of this. I thought it was fucking hilarious. There's a very small chance that the person that did this will ever see this video, but just in case, I'm not taking credit for this. Somebody else definitely made a different version of this. I just decided to kind of draw my own version of the dinosaur here today, and nice little funny joke. Hardy, hardy, har. The trend is a dinosaur. The trend is always a dinosaur. And that's going to do it for us today, everybody. Thanks for being here. If you did like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tick that little bell. Thank you to all the new members that have subscribed to the YouTube channel today. Although I did do it in a spamming fashion, I am not apologetic. I did it on purpose. I need freaking subscribers for visibility. But for those of you that did join today, thank you so much. Your support is absolutely crucial to the goals that I have in mind for this technical analysis channel. So again, thank you so much for your support. The members that are already here, thank you so much for your support. It is I can't even begin to explain. 66 subscribers feels like 1 million subscribers to me right now, and I am absolutely through the roof, sky high happy. So again, thank you guys so much for the love. You guys are so appreciated. It goes without saying. So that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for being here. And until next time, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy.